Welcome, art friends. My name is Carla Bisong, owner of Bisong Art Gallery, located in downtown Houston, Texas. I came across a great video that I just had to hop on here and share with you all because in the past 12 years of being an art dealer, one question comes up often. Can I just fully show my art collection in my home without it looking overpowered or clustered or almost like an art hoarder? And honestly, I don't believe there's never a thing as too much art. But I do understand everyone's concern on feeling like they're utilizing every inch of wall space for their art and they're just a little worried about it. So when I saw this video of a great art collector and how she utilizes her home and showing off her collection, I wanted to share it with you and my thoughts. So let's dive in.
Well, predominantly here in America, I've got art from artists of the African diaspora, and I want my house to reflect those stories, and I think that it does. Initially, I thought when I was building the house, I wanted plenty of natural light and windows. I started collecting art shortly after I bought the house, and what I now know is I want less light and less windows and more walls for art. I started collecting in February of 2021. It's actually, I guess, right before I moved into the property, right as it was completely being built, and have accumulated in 2 years, almost 100 pieces of art, and I'm not gonna stop now. So I need more walls, and that's something that I think about quite a bit.
Ayesha made a great point, and I share her exact frustration. Same thing with me. We purchased our home right before I started being an art collector, and I thought windows, natural light is most important. And then once I started building and growing my art collection and learning more about being an art dealer, I realized there's no such thing as not enough walls. And so one thing also you want to be careful of is direct sunlight penetrating through your windows and your art being in front of too much direct sunlight. And there are museum quality glass that protects a lot of the UV rays that will eventually damage artwork. But if possible, you don't want your artwork receiving direct sunlight. So something to keep in mind.
This piece that you have here, this is a tapestry work that I purchased at Art Basel in 2021. It's a pretty significant piece for me as it's done on a traditional rug, which I wanted folks to see as soon as they came into the home. I think it's quite welcoming, inviting, and I think it's super special. So come.
Art Basel, she's referring to probably as Miami Art Basel. There are 4 major art fairs affiliated with Art Basel. So the original Basel, Switzerland was the first World Art Fair, and then a installation into the United States is Miami Art Basel. That is the first weekend in December every year. Also, there is Hong Kong Art Basel, and 3 or 4 years ago, I think Paris just recently has their 4th art fair, which is affiliated with, or is Art Basel Paris. I went 2 years ago, and I'm looking forward to going again and just seeing how the art is displayed in different countries. If you are able to, I encourage you to travel to other countries and visit art fairs, because I believe at times artists, when showing in an art fair in America, might lean a little bit toward what is believed Americans want to see. And so after getting out of the American bubble and traveling to Hong Kong and traveling to Paris, I do see that the local culture where you're seeing the art is really a little bit more authentic in what is being seen and not geared toward what some may view Americans want to see. So if you can, definitely visit Paris Art Basel, Hong Kong Art Basel, and of course the original Switzerland.
Brandon Diener, who's an LA-based artist. I try to make sure that I'm supporting our local artists. You've got Lauren Pierce work here, you've got Shannon Lewis work here, you've got Nelson McCummel work here, you've got Cynthia Malenga, who is a South African artist. So here I've really just tried to tie in a lot of art, a lot of texture, that.
Do you have any DIYs in your home? And if so, what was your proudest DIY that you've done here in this home?
I don't do a damn thing myself. I'm not doing it, you know. Like hanging a small 16-inch by 20-inch, I can't do it. I did the work when I built the thing, After that, I'm so sorry. I don't have it. I don't have an, I actually do have a toolbox. It doesn't come out. I don't know what people be doing in their homes. I watch on Instagram, like people be in there getting to it, like elbow grease. I don't have that. I don't have it. I don't want it. And that's okay too. I'm completely willing to pay professionals. So no, this is not a DIY home. You won't find nothing in here I've done myself. I've not hung a thing. I've not participated in anything other than paying for it.
I completely laughed after hearing her explanation that she is not a DIYer. Many of us are not. And it is completely okay if you are an art collector and you also enjoy creating art. A mixture of the two, of what you collect and what you've created, is a beautiful thing to have in your home. But some of us just don't have the gift. I am including myself in that. I do not have the artistic gift. I stay in my lane. I love connecting artists with art collectors and art admirers. And so hearing her express how she built her house and she allows the professionals to do what they do as far as create the art and the art handlers to come and hang it. Sister, I understand. We know our limitations and we do what is best for us to do and stay away from what we don't need to be doing. So I appreciate that, and she made me laugh. So just had to share that she is not alone.
A commission piece that was done, again, by one of my favorite artists. This is actually a piece done of me when I was a kid. So I thought that was super special. This piece also here, a piece by Frank Morrison, just reminded me of my childhood growing up in row homes in Philly. This corner here, I've got just a lot of portraiture of Black children, which for me signifies my childhood and our innocence. And I want to be reminded of that when I go into my own personal space or sanctuary. This space is super special to me and a great way to enter my sanctuary.
The major question I love asking our collectors is, why do they collect what they collect and what are they drawn to? And so in my series of videos, The Collection, she answered one of the questions I always ask: why are you drawn to the art that you're collecting? And I love her response. I love how she mentions the connection to her childhood and what she resonates and what she remembers, and how viewing the art reminds her of her childhood. And many times that's what collectors enjoy. Aesthetically, the work is beautiful, but then at the same time, when a collector says, I don't know, I'm just drawn to this piece, many times it's a memory. And that memory induces a feeling. And so if your childhood was joyous and you're jumping rope and playing hopscotch and the different games you played, or maybe being in church with your favorite aunt or grandparents or parents, when you look at that artwork and if it brings you back to that moment, it's always something incredible. So I really appreciate that she shared that with us.